Hi children, last three videos for chemical equilibrium, part 1, part 2, part 3 for relations completed. Kc, Kp, gamma means that is dissociation constant. Mainly Kc, Kp relations completed and also psi mole fraction relations are completed. The remaining are for the some other relations are there, but in those first one is most important. What about the relation between equilibrium constant and temperature? Listen carefully, very important. Effect of temperature on equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant means either Kc or Kp, both. We should be considered both. Right. Equilibrium constant depends on temperature. As the temperature changes, equilibrium constant values are also changes. But sometimes increases, sometimes decreases. It is depends upon the what type of reaction takes place. What type of reaction means temperature means it is nothing but heat changes. Heat changes. When heat is absorbed, it is called endothermic reaction. When heat is released, it is called exothermic reaction. So depends upon the heat is absorbed or heat is released. Heat is absorbed means when temperature is increases, heat absorption observed. But as the temperature decreases, exothermic reactions are takes place. Okay, so it depends upon the what type of reaction takes place, exothermic or endothermic. Right. So both Kc and Kp changes with temperature. Both equilibrium constants are changes. So as the temperature increases, rate of chemical reaction. What is rate of chemical reaction? In any chemical reaction, I already explained what is rate. What is rate? Rate means decreasing the concentration of the reactants or increasing the concentration of the products. So both are means increasing and decreasing of products and reactants simultaneously. That is the calculation of the changes in 1 second time. It is called rate of the reaction. So as the temperature increases, rate of chemical reaction is also increases. Means decreasing the concentration of the reactants and increasing the concentration of the products takes place very quickly. Okay, but this rate of chemical reaction depends upon activation energy. The symbol of activation energy is EA. This is called activation energy. Activation. First I will explain about what is activation energy. Activation energy means, for example, if you take any chemical reaction, explain with graph. For example, this is the energy. This side energy is there. Energy. Okay. Initially, we have taken only reactants. So, only reactants means, for example, this is reactants R. So, these reactants energy is ER, for example, ER. So the reactants having how much of energy? ER. So now that reactants are converted into products. Very important. So for conversion of these reactants into products, the reactants must be in the collision. Means they are participating in the reaction means one reactant is collide with the another reactant. But one more important point, all the reactants are not involved in the collision. And also all collisions are not leads to the products. అంటే ఎన్నైతే కలుస్తున్నాయి కలిసినవన్నీ ప్రొడక్ట్ కన్వర్ట్ అయిపోవాలనేది లేదు. అందులో కొన్ని కన్వర్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు, కొన్ని సందర్భాల్లో అన్నీ కన్వర్ట్ అయిపోవచ్చు. So there is no possibility to convert all the reactants into products. We know very well about this one. So which first if you take some reactants, that reactants are involved in the collision. Okay, in that collision some collisions are activated. Activated means they are eagerly try to turns into products. Okay, so for converting this one, okay, the converting this one, we want some energy. That energy is called activation energy. So simply that in the collision, the reactant's energy increases. After reaching to the maximum energy, those reactants are converted into products. Converted into products. So this is production. Products. So this is production. EP means energy of products. Energy of products. Energy of reactants. Energy of products. Are you understand? So this margin. What is this margin? This margin is called activation energy. This margin is called activation energy. So activation energy means energy required to convert the reactants into products for the some collisions. For the collisions require some energy. Okay, so this margin is called activation energy. But once you observe this graph, energy of the reactants very less than energy of the products. Comparing to these two, the energy of the product is more. In some reactions, once check it. Energy of the reactants are greater than energy of the products, and this is the activation energy. EA, activation energy. Okay, in this case, energy of the reactants is less than the energy of the products. Means after complete the reaction, energy of the products increases. Energy of the products increases means energy absorbed. Energy is absorbed means nothing but heat is absorbed. Heat is absorbed means it is an endothermic reaction. For here, in this reaction, energy of the reactants are greater than energy of the products. Means initially energy of, for example, energy of reactants is 100 kilocalorie, but now energy of the products is only 90 kilocalorie. Means energy is decreases after complete the reaction. Means some amount of energy is released. So amount of energy is released nothing but heat is released, because heat is one of the energy form. So this reaction indicates the exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. Okay. And also one more important point. This is the forward reaction. This indicates forward reaction. And the reverse one also possible is there. Means product to reactant. Product to reactant. In this case, we expected both the activation energies are same. Not. Because products are converted into energy. It means products are converted into reactants. There is chance for the changes the activation energy. That's why for forward reaction and for the backward reaction, activation energies are different. Okay, right. So rate of reaction depends upon the activation energy. But activation energy is different for forward and backward reaction. Now, according to Arrhenius equation, this is the Arrhenius equation. This equation is relation between equilibrium constant and activation energy. K is equal to A into e power minus Ea by RT. Okay, here A means Arrhenius factor, means proportionality factor. So this is the relation between equilibrium constant and activation energy. By solving this equation, we got finally one important equation, that is log K2 by K1 equal to activation energy for forward reaction minus activation energy for backward reaction by 2.303 into R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. This is equal to delta H. Okay, so delta H is equal to A forward minus Ea backward. Okay, na? Both are same equations, just this one is converted to this one. Where what is delta H, sir? Delta H means heat of reaction at constant volume. Heat of reaction. Then how much change we observe from in forward reaction and in backward reaction. Just in forward, in backward backward reactions, how much energy change we observe? Because for a forward and backward reactions, activation energies are different. That's why we have to calculate how much change is there. That is the delta H. And in other words, from thermodynamics, this word is used. Standard enthalpy. Actually, H means enthalpy. Standard enthalpy change of the reaction. Okay, so enthalpy means how much change of the heat takes place in that reaction. Okay, right. Next, K1, K2. These K1, K2. K1 means K1 is rate constant, K2 is also rate constant. K1 is rate constant at T1 temperature. K2 is the rate constant at the T2 temperature. And we know very well about R means R is the gas constant. There is number of values we know very well about that one. So this is about effect of temperature on the equilibrium constant. But now we observe three cases, how it is changes and how it is different. Now three cases in the temperature change. First one, case 1, if delta H is equal to 0. Second one, delta H is equal to positive. Third case, delta H is equal to negative. Okay sir, actually what is the reaction? Log K2 by K1 is equal to delta H by 2.303 into R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. If delta H is equal to 0, then total value is 0. So this is total value is 0. So actually delta H is equal to 0 means that is neither heat is absorbed nor emitted. Are you understand? Means there is no absorption of heat, there is no emission, there is no releasing of heat. That's why delta H is equal to, there is no change in the heat, there is no change in the anything. So that's why delta H is equal to 0 means neither heat is absorbed nor emitted. So this total value is 0 means log K2 by K1 equal to 0. But log A by B formula, log A minus log B. So log K2 minus log K1 equal to 0. This value go to this side, then log K2 equal to log K1. Remove both sides, log them. K2 equal to K1. So if delta H is equal to 0, both equilibrium constants are same. Means there is no change in the temperature. If the temperature is changed, there is a possibility for absorption or releasing a heat or energy. So if delta is equal to 0 means both K1 and K2 values are same. Means temperature remains constant. Now second case, if delta H is equal to positive. Actually we know very well about this one in ionization energy concept also explained about this one. If delta H is equal to 0 means the reaction is energy is absorbed or heat is absorbed. So if delta H is equal to positive means that is heat is absorbed. Heat is absorbed means what is the reaction? The reaction is endothermic reaction. The reaction is endothermic reaction. So in endothermic reactions, listen carefully all of you. Delta H is positive, delta H is positive. This value is positive means total value is also positive. Total value is also positive. So log K2 minus log K1 is equal to positive. Positive means either 2, 5, 10, that type of value. This one move to that side. Log K2 is equal to positive plus log K1. Positive plus log K1. Very good. So now this is positive sign. So K1, K2, which is the higher value here? For we getting this value, we have to add some other value to the log K1. Simply it is, this is 10 is equal to 2 plus 8. So 10, 8, which is the higher value? 10 is the higher value because for 8, equal to 10, we have to add some more value, that is 2. That's why, which is the bigger value here? K2 is the bigger value here. So it is very clear. Now write this point. Write this point. Very clear, very important this point. As the temperature, K1 at T1 temperature, K2 at T2 temperature. Okay, as the temperature increases, equilibrium constant value is also increases. Okay, so write down here. Equilibrium constant is higher at higher temperature. Equilibrium constant is higher at higher temperature in case of endothermic reaction. Right here, in case of endothermic reaction, write that point here. So case 2 completed. Now come to the case 3. Delta H is equal to negative. Delta H is equal to negative means exothermic reaction. In exothermic reactions, heat is released. So that is, heat is released. So heat is released means it is an exothermic reaction. It is an exothermic reaction. Okay, if delta H value is negative, the overall value is also negative because this value comes positive, already this value is positive. So multiplied all the positive value with negative value, we got negative value 1. So that's why this is equal to negative value, means log K2 minus log K1 equal to negative. Okay na? Right. This value move to this side, this value move to that side. So log K2, negative value move to this side, it becomes positive. Means for example, if it is minus 10, move to this side plus 10. This is equal to minus log K1 move to that side, log K1 plus 10. So which is the bigger value, K2 or K1? So for example, this is like this is 10, this is 8 plus 2, like. So here K1 value is the higher. So in this case, K1 is the higher value. Very interesting. As the temperature increases, equilibrium constant value decreases. Equilibrium constant value decreases. So right here, this point, right now, equilibrium constant is lower. Equilibrium constant is lower at higher temperature in case of exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. That's why, as the temperature increases, there is a possibility to change the equilibrium constant values, either increases or decreases. So in most of the cases, most of the students expected, if the temperature increases, equilibrium constant values also increases. That is a wrong statement. That is depending upon the type of reaction. In endothermic reactions, as the temperature increases, equilibrium constant values also increases. But in exothermic reactions, as the temperature increases, equilibrium constant values decreases. Okay, write the next point. Write the next point. Finally, right here. Finally, when temperature increases, equilibrium constant may increase or decrease. Equilibrium constant may increase or decrease. Graphs for endothermic and exothermic reactions. In endothermic reactions, as the temperature increases, log K means constant. Equilibrium constant value increases. But in exothermic reactions, as the temperature increases, equilibrium constant value decreases. These two graphs represents the changes of equilibrium constant value with temperature in endothermic reactions and also in exothermic reactions. Next concept, calculation of degree of dissociation, that is denoted by alpha. It's not alpha, this symbol. Okay, alpha, okay, no problem. Degree of dissociation from vapor density measurements. Vapor density measurements. Okay. First, what is degree of dissociation? Degree of dissociation alpha is equal to number of moles dissociated by total number of moles taken in the reaction. For example, in one reaction, 100 moles are taken. In those, how many moles are dissociated? Means, for example, AB is the reactant. this AB is reactant is dissociated as A plus B minus. This is AB, one more. It is dissociated as A plus B minus. So in total take, for example, 100 moles in that particular reaction. Then how many moles are dissociated? For example, take a total 100. So for example, only 60 moles are dissociated. Then what is the alpha value? 60 by 100. Like that. That is the alpha. Okay. Next one. M is molecular weight or molar mass. M equal to 2 into vapor density. This is the relation between molecular weight and vapor density. Okay. So just remember these two equations. Now consider one equation. In that equation, A in gaseous state is converted into NB in gaseous state. A, sir, what is N here, sir? There is no N means here. So if you take 1 mole, it gives N moles of B, means N moles of product. So for example, this is, we can write A gives rise to B plus B, that is 2B. 2 moles of B is formed. Or sometimes A gives rise to C plus B. 1 plus it is also 2 moles. 2 moles. Are you understand? So N indicates the how many number of moles of product is formed. Okay, don't where M equal to either 1, 2, 3. There is number of chances. Don't think about that one. Okay. Right. Initially, once see this one. Number of moles before dissociation. Before dissociation means before starting the reaction. First, A, how many moles are there? For example, I will take only 1 mole. Only 1. So, initially, at T is equal to 0. How much product is there? 0. There is no products in the beginning of the reaction. Okay, after complete the reaction. After complete the reaction means number of moles after dissociation. After dissociation, for example, 1 minus alpha. 1 minus alpha means, for example, here 1 mole means 100%. 100%. In that 100%, alpha means, for example, 60%. 60% involved in the reaction, means dissociated into the products. Okay, then how much product is formed? That is alpha we expected. That is alpha we expected. But into M is there, so M alpha. Why? For example, I will explain on a best example. A gives rise to B plus C. Initially 1 mole. So products are 0. So 1 minus alpha means B is also alpha, C is also alpha. For example, if you take my body, this is A. This A is converted into this part B and this part C. Okay, then this is one part, this is one part. So one RK part gives, one is R and the one is K. Okay, Nana? So one RK sir is dissociated as R plus K. So one R, one K. For example, this is called 100 RK species. RK stars are there. All 100 RK stars are there. Initially 0, 0. Now, for example, 100 RK stars are there. In those, only 60 RK stars are cut into 2 parts. Then 1 minus 60 is, this is 100 is nothing but 1 is nothing but 100, for example. 100 minus 60. So 60 members are cut into pieces. Then 60 R parts and 60 K parts are coming. Again, similarly, 1 minus alpha. 1 is nothing but 100 here. Alpha is, for example, 60 or 40, any some amount, some percentage. 1 minus alpha gives rise to N alpha. Here M means. Don't think about that because one more example. A gives rise to 2B. A gives, for example, one hand is given to you. This is A. This is cut into 2 parts. This is half part. This is half part. Gives 2 halves. That's why A gives rise to 2B. So initially 1. This is 0. This is 1 alpha. This is 2 alpha. Because one part gives 2 parts of the hands. One total part of the hand gives 2 half parts of the hands. That's why we have to write 2 alpha. Okay, so but here is not M B's. For example, that means 10 parts. or 5 parts or 2 parts. Okay? No. Right? Now listen carefully. One reaction it is one reaction. In this reaction, initially only a reactant is present. Suppose the volume occupied by the vapor. Vapor means gas. Initially we have only one reactant. That reactant contains how much volume it is occupies means we can write in one expression, that is 1 mole per liter. Why? Because the number of moles before dissociation is 1. Means 1 mole per liter. Means 1 mole occupies 1 liter volume. Very important here. 1 liter. Okay? That is 1 mole occupies how much? 1 liter volume. Okay now before dissociation, before starting the reaction, total number of moles, only 1 mole. Only 1 mole. Total volume is taken as V. Total volume is taken as V. Means 1 liter. Here 1 liter. 1 liter is equal to 1 V. Initial vapor density. Okay. I will take one symbol, that is D. Initially vapor density. Means the gas contains how much density is. That is taken as D. So it is a theoretical value. This is a theoretical value. Theoretically, just we write the density value. Okay, right. Now, what is the relation between density and volume? We know that generally density is equal to mass by volume. So, what is the relation between density and volume? These two are inversely proportional. Here, density is D. Is inversely proportional to 1 by V. Here, volume is V. This is the one relation here. This is taken as 1. So before dissociation, density and volume relation is D is proportional to 1 by V. Okay, now comes to the after dissociation. After dissociation means after complete the reaction. Okay, some part of the reactants are converted into product. Then total number of moles. Calculate the total number of moles. So total number of moles is this much is converted into see once this actually initially 1 mole is there. In that 1 minus alpha is left reactant side, but an alpha is converted to products. Now total sum this value gives the total number of moles after dissociation, after complete reaction. This number of moles of reactants, this number of moles of products are present. So what is that one? Total moles is 1 minus alpha plus n alpha. But in this one, n alpha minus alpha. Take alpha as a common factor. So it is derived as m minus 1 into alpha. This is total number of moles. Now, what is the total volume? Total volume. Very simple, Nana. 1 mole contains 1 volume, 1 V. So 10 moles contains how much? 10 V. Very simple. 1 mole contains 1 V liters of volume. So 10 moles contains 10 V liters of the volume. Similarly, here 1 mole contains 1 V. But here how many moles? What this number of moles are there? Then how much volume means? That is 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha total into V. Very simple. Very simple. Now vapor density at equilibrium. Vapor density at equilibrium. Because already equilibrium after completing the reaction means equilibrium is attained. Equilibrium is attained in this reaction. So this is taken as small d. Remember all of you, capital D means initial, small d at equilibrium of the reaction. So capital D at theoretical value, it is an observed value. It is an observed value. Okay. Now, what is the relation between density and volume. We know that density is inversely proportional to volume. So D is inversely proportional to. Now this is proportionality. This is degree of dissociation. Don't bother about this one. 1 by 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha. Okay, this is equation number 2. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. Okay. Now equation do 1 by 2. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is left hand side capital D. Here left hand side small d. So capital D by small d is equal to right hand side 1 by d by this value is 1 plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, this is taken as by 1. So reverse the value. D by d is equal to 1 by d into. I'm sorry, that is 1 by 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha. Okay, reverse 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha by 1. So, wait, into v is there. Into v. This v cancel. So, capital D by small d is equal to 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha. Okay. Right. We can write in so many ways. This one move to this side. D by d minus 1 is equal to n minus 1 into alpha. Okay, na? This one d minus 1, d by d minus 1 is d minus small d by d is equal to n minus 1 into alpha. Then alpha is equal to this move to this side. So alpha is equal to capital D minus small d by n minus 1 into d. This is the relation between degree of dissociation and vapor density. Capital D is the vapor density at the initial state. Small d is the vapor density at the equilibrium state, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, any possibility is there. Okay, Rama? Right. This is the equation, very, very important. Okay, similarly, we can write one more formula, because the formula is, we know very well, D is equal to, what is the relation? Capital M is equal to 2 into vapor density. So 2 into D simply, vapor density or D. Molecular weight is equal to 2 into density. So similarly, we can write in molecular weight formula, alpha is equal to capital M minus small m by n minus 1 into small m, where capital M is the molecular weight initial, small m is the molecular weight after reaction. Okay, right. Write down where capital M is equal to initial molecular mass in brackets theoretical or calculated. Small m equal to molecular mass at equilibrium in bracket observed or experimental. Right? For calculating molecular weight, capital M, another formula from the states of matter, from gaseous state, this is ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. Okay, where m is equal to number of moles. Number of moles means weight by molecular weight. Weight by molecular weight. So W by m. This m move to this side, this PV down to this side. So capital M is equal to WRT by PV. This is another formula to calculate the molecular weight of the given compound. Right. Once see these examples. PCl5 gives rise to PCl3 plus Cl. NH1 series gives rise to NH3 plus HCl. N2O4 gives rise to 2NO2. Here this is 1 mole, this is 1 mole. Total 2 moles. This is 1 mole, this is 1 mole. Total 2 moles. Already 2 moles of NO2 is present. So from this, these are the examples for the type of problems. So n is equal to 2. So now apply the formula alpha is equal to d minus d by n minus 1 into d, where n is equal to 2 for these reactions. So 2 minus 1, so 1d. So how can we calculate? So these informations are given in the problems. Calculate the sometimes alpha, sometimes capital D, sometimes small d. Okay, right. Calculation of degree of reaction or degree of dissociation alpha using pressure temperature determination. Pressure temperature means relation between alpha, temperature and pressure. Okay, one second. This is one reaction. N is equal to for this reaction, okay, we know that. Now T is equal to 0 means at initial time, means before dissociation. PCl taken 1 mole. So at T is equal to 0, there is no production, 0, 0. At equilibrium time, so 1 minus alpha means alpha parts are dissociated into products. Then it forms alpha, this forms alpha. Now number of moles, N means number of moles, V is volume, T is temperature, P is pressure. So number of moles at T is equal to 0, 1. Number of moles at equilibrium means just sum these three, because at equilibrium this amount of reactants and this amount of product is present. So 1 minus alpha plus alpha plus alpha. So plus alpha minus alpha cancel. So 1 plus alpha. 1 plus alpha. Okay, volume is always same for chemical equilibrium reactions because container is closed container. So volume is always same. So at T is equal to 0, at initial time we are taking the temperature is T1. At equilibrium temperature is T2. Similarly, at initial time pressure is P1 and temperature at equilibrium pressure is P2. Now apply, we know very well what is the ideal gas equation. PV equal to nRT. At equilibrium, at initial time, at T equal to 0, pressure is P1, volume is V, number of moles 1, R is constant, no need to write 1 here, R, temperature is P1. Okay, at equilibrium, at T is equal to equilibrium, pressure is P2, volume is V, number of moles is 1 plus alpha, R is constant, temperature is T2. Okay, Nana? Yes, this is equation number 1. This is equation number 2. Again 1 by 2. 1 by 2. New left hand side P1 by V by P2V. So P1V by P2V. Equal to right hand side, this is one RT1 by this is 1 plus alpha into RT. Here R cancel, here V cancel. Okay, Nana? Right. Simply P1 by P2 is equal to P1 by 1 plus alpha, so 1 plus alpha into P2. This 1 plus alpha move to this side, this P1 by P2 move to that side. Then 1 plus alpha is equal to T1 by T2 into P2 by P1. This P2 divide this side, move to that side, multiply. So T1 P2. This P1 is in numerator position, means multiply, move to this side, divided. So T2 P1. Okay, alpha. This one move to that side. Then alpha is equal to T1 P2 by T2 P1 minus 1. So this is equal to T1 P2 minus T2 P1 by T2 P1. So this is the relation. This is the formula for degree of dissociation and temperature pressure relation. Okay, yes, today topic is completed, but important reactions, this is one important reaction. This is relation between degree of dissociation and temperature pressure relation. Before this one more formula I explained, that is degree of dissociation and vapor density, that is alpha is equal to capital D minus small d by n minus 1 into d. Or in another way, in molecular weights, capital M minus small m by n minus 1 into small m. That is another important formula. And first one, temperature relation between temperature and equilibrium constant is log K2 by K1 is equal to delta H into delta H by 2.303 into R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. These three formulas are important. Formulas are important. Thank you very much.